Path, Kriya Yoga with Goswami Kriyananda, is a series of discussions that can help you change your life. If you're looking for inspiration, information on everything from meditation to reincarnation, this is a series for you. Thanks for watching. One of the things that always intrigued me is this notion of following your breath, just
That's right.
not controlling it.
No, not controlling, letting it breathe you.
And explain how that can help you learn not to interfere with people.
Okay. As long as we are functioning through our ego self, Sylvia, we tend to be controlled by those ego thoughts, not bad thoughts, just ego thoughts. Within us, there are three nerves. They're called nadis, which means river currents. One is over on our right, one's on our left, and one's in the middle. The one on the right we call a solar channel, and it has a lot to do with power, if that's the right word. And it has also a lot to do with masculine logic, having nothing to do with men. Okay. Over on the other side, to the left, we have a moon channel, Idic, it's called, Ida Nadi. And it has a lot to do with our inspiration, our dreams, aspirational fast, and also our emotionality. And then we have the center channel, or Sushumna, if you prefer. And our ego exists in the two outer realms, all right? And as long as we're in these two outer realms, we're ego me and ego you, and we try to think the world should be as we think. We think our values are the best values, and therefore we try to influence with it. It's called proselytization, and that's why I keep telling everybody, go back to where you found your joy. Doesn't matter whether you're Catholic or Jewish or otherwise, as long as you're going into the deeper aspects of it. Anyway, as you breathe, the breath moves back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, all right, or back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the point is, as you just watch the breath slowly begins to breathe itself, and it gets, forgive me, shallower and shallower. And rather than going way like this extremism, it slowly does this and slowly settles into this sasamanic state. When you're in this center state, sometimes called the divine fire, you're really no longer, I'm no longer me or you no longer you in terms of the ego self. We're just pure consciousness. But this center state has that anandic bliss, the bliss state. I call it happiness because I think people don't understand what bliss is, or they've watched too many X-rated movies or something. So I prefer the word happiness, forgive me. When we're in this state, we really lose the key factor of ego, judgmentalness. And we stop judging people because we no longer feel they're judging us, because we're no longer the ego self. Or a higher state, if you want to call it. And that higher state doesn't have a judgmentalness to it. And so people can do what they want to do. It really doesn't affect us if we're really up there. And we don't affect them negatively. And that allows us to be more peaceful and more harmonious. It's like two people arguing, and all of a sudden one person says, I'm sorry, you're right. It was my fault. All that heavy energy dissolves away. Now, the other person may puff up his chest and say, well, I told you, blankety, blankety, you were right. And then what happens, most people say, no, you're wrong. And you say, yeah, I said you're right. I really appreciate your helping me to gain wisdom. Different piece of wisdom than he thinks you're gaining. And the energy is diffused. That's the key point. Now you can communicate.
Sri Babaji taught Lahiri Mahasya. Lahiri Mahasya taught Sri Yukteswarji. Sri Yukteswarji taught Paramahansa Yogananda. Paramahansa Yogananda taught Sri Shellyji. Sri Shellyji taught Goswami Kriyananda. Thanks for watching.